Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I crochet this top. You can use any yarn of your choice and any recommended hook for your yarn. If you find this tutorial useful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, hit the notification button, and so anytime I upload a new video you will be notified. So now let's get started. Alright, this pattern is a multiple of 8 plus 5. Okay, so go ahead and add 8 plus 8 plus 8, and then at the end you're going to add 5. Those amount of chains, that amount of number you have is going to be the amount of foundation chains you will make for your purse. So after you get the amount of foundation chains you want, you're going to skip the first stitch. Into the next one you're going to make a single crochet, and then you're going to the next stitch, make another single crochet, and then to the next 2 stitches make single crochet. So now we have 4 stitches single crochets. Yarn over into the next stitch, make a double crochet, and then to the next 3 stitches make double crochet. So you should have a total of 4 double crochets. And when you have 4 double crochets, now you're going to make another single crochets. You're going to make 4 like what we just did from the beginning of this work. Go ahead and make 4 single crochets into the next 4 stitches. Now this is going to be the repeat pattern for this round 1. Make sure you don't skip a stitch. When you finish putting your 4 single crochets, you're going to yarn over and then make 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches. So repeat this until you reach at the end of your foundation chains, and I'll meet you at the end. And then our last 4 stitches is going to have single crochets. This is how you should end your work. Now I'm changing colors in every one round that I make. You don't have to change color. If you want to use one color, you can go ahead and use one color. And this is how I change my color. And then when you finish changing your color, you're going to cut off that old yarn that I was using for round 1, and then I'll be continue using the new yarn that I have just attached. I have chain 1 and I'm going to chain 2 more. Now we are going to start chain 3 counts as a double crochet throughout our work. After chaining 3, you are going to turn your work, skip that first stitch, into the next one make a double crochet. So now our single crochets are receiving double crochets, and then our double crochets are receiving single crochets for this pattern. So now I have 4, as you can see, our chain 3 and then the 3 more double crochets we just put, and then our next 4 stitches are double crochets. You're going to put single crochet at the top of each stitch. And our next stitches are single crochets. We are going to put double crochet into each stitch, and it should be 4 stitches. Now this is the repeat for round 2. When you reach at the end, you should end with double crochet into the last stitch. Now I'm going to change color again. Like I said, I'm changing color in every one round that I make. So if you are changing color, you can go ahead and change your color. So I'm going to finish my stitch with the new color that I just attached, and then I'll chain one, and then I'll cut off that yarn that I just finished with, and then continue with the one I just attached. Now I'm going to chain one only and then turn your work. This time around, since we end with double crochets, we are going to start with 4 single crochets into those 4 double crochets. To the first stitch you are going to put single crochet, and then into the next one put single crochet, into the next third stitch make a single crochet, and then into the next double crochet you are going to put a single crochet. So now we have a total of 4 single crochets there, and then into the next 4 stitches you're going to make double crochets into the top of those single crochets that we have. So there is nothing different here. This is the repeat. You're just going to repeat round 1 and 2 until you have the length you want, the height you want for your purse. You can add more rounds if you want. Now when you reach at the last stitch, our chain 3, our previous chain 3, at the top of that stitch you're going to make a single crochet. So this is how the work is looking like. And then when you reach at the last stitch, don't forget to change your color. Finish that stitch with the new color that you're about to attach. And now you're going to chain 3. This is how we are starting this round. And then you're going to cut off that yarn that you just finished with. Turn your work, and then you're going to skip that first stitch because we already have a stitch in it. Into the next one you're going to make a double crochet. Into the next 2 stitches double crochets, and then into the next one. So now you have a total of 4 stitches. So repeat this pattern until you reach at the end. Just repeat round 1 and 2, keep on repeating it until you have the amount of rounds you want for your work, and I'll meet you at the end. So as you can see, this is what I got for my purse. This is the amount I want, this is the length I want, and the height. Like I said, you can make it as big as you want and as long as you want. It's up to you. So keep on working round, and I'll meet you back at the end to finish. So after you finish working on your project, you have these tails, these remaining yarns at the side of your work. Now we are going to weave them in. Take your tapestry needle. You can see this is the wrong side of our work, and that is where we are going to hide our tail. I'll just go at the top of those loops. Just go at the top of your loops. Go ahead and put your yarn in the tapestry needle, and then you pull it through to hide it. This is going to be the wrong side of our purse. And this is how you're going to do the rest of the remaining yarn that we have at the side of our purse. Go ahead and weaving them in. So continue doing this same process for both sides of your work. Go ahead and secure it, tie a knot, don't make it too tight. Just continue doing the same process until you finish weaving in the ends tails of your yarn. So repeat this process until you finish your work, and I'll meet you back at the end to continue our work. So this is how it's going to look like after finish weaving in the ends of your yarn tail. This is the wrong side, as you can see. You see how the double crochets are looking like, and then this is the right side. You can see the differences. So you are hiding the ends of your yarn at the wrong side, not the right. Okay, after you get the amount of rounds you want, the height you want for your purse, we are going to put our work right side facing up, and then you're going to fold your work into half. Okay, you can adjust it to the size you want your purse to be. So for me, this is how I want mine. When we finish attaching everything together, we are going to flip it right side. So right now we are going to attach it with the wrong side of our purse. So this is the size I want for my purse, and I'm going to take some stitch marker and I'm going to mark the exact point where I want to stop when I want to attach them. So take a stitch marker, or if you have a yarn, you can use it to mark the exact point where you want to stop attaching your work. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll start joining everything together. Okay, so after you fold your work into half, and then you mark exactly where you want to stop joining your half piece, we are going to join everything together using the same yarn you use to crochet this panel. So go ahead and take your tapestry needle, and then use the same yarn you use to crochet your panel. Now we are going to start attaching everything together. We'll start at the bottom and then to the top where our stitch marker is. So I'll go to the first round, and I'm going to tie a knot there to secure this yarn. So now I will join everything by a row. So put your work just like this. Make sure you're lining it up nicely so that your work will look even. So you just go back and forth, going to the top loop of every round. Go at the top of every round you have. So this is the same way we are attaching, we are joining this first part is the same way we are going to join the other part. There's nothing different. You just go back and forth with your work until you reach your stitch marker. Just go into every stitch. Make sure you don't skip a round. You should go into every round that you have with the top loops. So repeat it until you reach your stitch marker. Alright, I am actually at the exact point where I put my stitch marker. I'll go there where my stitch marker is coming from and then into the next side. So I'm going to make a knot here at this point. And I'll go down again with another, because this is the part where my chain 3 happens to be here, so it's kind of having some space here. So I will go back into every stitch at the top loop to secure a little bit of those spaces there, because this is where we do our chain 3, so it's kind of having spaces at the edge. So I'll go back into every stitch, going to the top loop until I reach at the bottom where I start. So repeat this until you reach at the bottom of your starting point, and I'll meet you back there. Alright, I am here. So this is where I'm going to stop. So I'll just go ahead and cut off that yarn, and then weave in the ends of my yarn tail. And I'll repeat the same thing I just did here for the other side. So to hide your tail, you're just going to the top of your stitches. I'll go at the top of every stitch. So from here I'm going to cut it a little bit, and I'll secure it with a lighter, because this cord, it needs to be secured. So you repeat the same thing for the other side of your purse. There's nothing different. And then when you finish like this is the other side. We are going to flip our work right side. This is the right side of our work. ahead and adjust it nicely. So this part is finished. So now we are going to attach the magnet button on it, and that is it. So I will look for the center of my purse, which is this side. This is where I'm going to attach the button, and I'll go ahead and attach everything together. And I want to say that I'm sorry, I skipped this part where I attach the first button. I'm going to do this for the other side, which is just the same thing that I did for this first one. So at the same time, at the same part, same point where I attached the first one, the center of my work. So I'm going to do it the same way. You are going to use a thread that is maybe match your projects or the button you are using to for your purse, and a needle. So for this one, I'm going to make sure that the thread do not show at the top of my purse. I'll just go into every stitch inside. I will not work at the top of my purse because I don't want the thread to show there. So I'll make sure I go into every hole of the button. So I'll do it again. I will go into every hole again and pass a thread. As you can see, I'm just going at the top of my work inside instead of it showing at the top of your purse. Alright, so this is how I'm going to do it, and then now when I finish, I'll just tie it up to secure it. And I'll cut that thread off and finish. I'm going to make it a little bit long because I want to hide that remaining thread inside my purse. So I'll go into every stitch like this inside. But this is what I'm going to do. and I'm going to cut that remaining one off. Alright, for this side we are finished. So for this top you can leave it like sorry for this purse you can leave it like this, or if you want to make it you want to give it a little bit of design, you have your own idea, you can go ahead and do it, but it's okay for you to leave it this way plain. I have this magnet buttons that I want to put at the top of my purse. It's an optional. If you want to do it, you can go ahead. If you have anything that you want to design your purse with, you can go ahead and do that, but you don't actually have to do it. It's not a must for you to do it. So just go ahead and attach them. I have 4 of them. And then I'll make sure that I press it so that it will attach into the top purse nicely. Kind of strong. I think I need to use something to press it. But this is how it's going to look like. Like I said, you can just leave yours like that. You don't need to put anything. I'm going to skip 4 stitches, and then into the next 2 stitches I'm going to put another one, and then when I finish this side I'm going to also skip 4 stitches, and then into the next 2 stitches I'm going to attach the next one. So this is what I'm going to do for the 4 of them until I finish attaching them. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you find this tutorial useful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a positive comment, hit the notification button so anytime a new video is uploaded you will be notified. So as you can see, I already attached 2. I'm going to put the next 2. I'm going to skip 4 stitches, and then to the next 2 stitches I'm going to attach the other one. I'm going to repeat it for the other one. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you back in the next video. Bye. This is